If you're looking for an intuitive phone that you can use without a manual, or one that slips easily into your pocket, then skip over the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 completely. But if you like an expansive screen and features at every turn, then keep listening. I'm Jessica Dalcourt for CNET, and this is your first look at the Note 2. Let's start with the basics. The Galaxy Note 2 has a zippy quad-core processor and will support 4G LTE and HSPA Plus speeds. It's initially coming to 5 U.S. carriers: AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, U.S. Cellular, and Verizon. Costs will range from carrier to carrier, but expect introductory prices at about $300 with a new 2-year service agreement. It's a little pricey, yes, but the phone also packs in a ton of features. The Galaxy Note 2 runs Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, and it looks like a supersized version of the Galaxy S3. Both phones share the same sleek lines and slim build, and an 8-megapixel camera with flash. Both offer storage capacity of 16, 32, or 64 gigabytes, with up to another 64 gigabytes in storage. Here's one place where the two phones differ, though. The Note 2 has a gigantic 5.5-inch HD screen that's terrific for viewing just about everything and for creating all sorts of stuff. Colors are vibrant and rich, but screen quality buffs may note that the Note 2's display isn't as sharp as the much smaller iPhone 5, and it won't look as detailed as other smaller screens with the same high-def resolution. Then there's the stylus. Samsung's S Pen is larger and squarer on the Note 2 than it was in the original Note, and that's a good thing, because it makes it more comfortable to hold and it won't roll around when you set it down. The button is now grooved to help guard against mispresses, but I still accidentally pushed it anyway. The S Pen brings with it a tremendous amount of features on top of what you already get with Android 4.1. Pretty much anything you can do with your finger, you can also do with the S Pen, and it stays comfortable longer. You can use it to scroll up and down. If you have Air View turned on, the cursor will also pull up tips and drop-down menus, and you can use it to preview photos, videos, and messages in Samsung's email app. In addition to navigating around and typing, you can also handwrite into any keyboard just by switching the settings. You can also do fun things like jot notes on the backs of photos. Objectively, the writing quality is pretty darn good on the keyboard and also in the S Note app. Yes, your penmanship may take a hit, but the screen is sensitive to over 1,000 levels of pen pressure. Rendering and recognition are also fairly fast and accurate. However, in practice, any errors that you or the software makes can slow you down. Correcting mistakes is frustrating and really highlights the absence of a spell checker. One of my favorite features, unfortunately, isn't part of the US version of the Note 2 at launch, but hopefully we'll see it down the road. On the global model, you can press and hold the back arrow to open 2 apps on a single page. Taking notes or writing an email while also surfing the web is extremely useful. You won't be able to use every app simultaneously, but Samsung is off to a good start. Believe me when I say that the Note 2 has heaps more features beyond what Google brings in Android. Here are a few more. Turning on one-handed operation to shrink the keyboard so you can use the phone with one hand. Loading on home screen widgets through the Easy mode, and transferring photos and URLs through S-Beam. The Note 2 comes with Samsung's S-Voice app, but I prefer Google Voice Actions with Google Now, which you can easily access from many screens. The Note 2's camera and video recorder are very good, and Samsung's quad-core processor is extremely speedy. The phone's huge 3100 mAh battery kept my review phones going all day, but I still needed to charge it at night. Remember that the more features you use, the faster your battery will drain. A few more thoughts on the Note 2's size before signing off. I won't deny that it feels as massive in the hand as it looks, but I did quickly grow used to it, and after using it for a week, I have to admit every other phone looked tiny in comparison. Even though it has a huge honkin' screen, the Note 2 is no tablet. There's a lot you can do with it that you may also want to do with the tablet, so one device could satisfy both needs depending on what it is you actually want. At the end of the day, the Galaxy Note 2 is Samsung's highest-end smartphone to date. It offers some really neat functionality that you won't find anywhere else, and the specs are top-notch. Still, the dimensions and S Pen aren't going to please everyone, which makes it sort of a niche device. However, if you are leaning toward the Note, I think you'll like what you find. I certainly did. This is Jessica Dalcourt for CNET. You can read my full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 at cnet.com.